This is the book Smelly Socks by Robert Munsch. Tina wanted new socks. Her mom took her to the only store in town. It only has black socks, said Tina. Can we please go across the river to get some really good socks? We can't drive across the river, and there's no bridge here. You know, it's a long, long way to the only bridge. And besides, we don't even have a car. So Tina went to her grandfather and said, "Can you please take me across the river in your boat? I want to buy some really good socks. The motor's not working on the boat, so we're going to have to row." "Row? Well, we can row. I can row. You just sit in the back of the boat." "You can row," said her grandfather. "Yeah, rowing's easy," she said. So they got in the boat, and she rowed. Slowly, splash, splash, splash. The boat went in circles. Swish, swish, swish. Tina rowed fast. Splash, 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 splash. The boat just went in fast circles. Swish, 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 swish. "This boat's forgotten how to row," said Tina. "You sit in the back and tell me what to do," said her grandfather. So Tina sat in the back and told her grandfather how to row, and their grandfather rowed all the way across the river, and they walked all the way through the town to the big sock store. And in the store, Tina tried on socks that were too big, socks that were too little, socks that were blue, socks that were pink. She tried on tons of socks. Finally, she found a perfect red, yellow, green pair of socks. And since it was almost time for dinner, Tina and her grandfather ran back to the boat. This time, the boat sort of remembered how to row. Tina rowed around and around and around and finally got to the other side of the river. When they got back, Tina ran home and yelled, "Socks, socks, wonderful socks, the best socks I've ever seen in my life. Grandpa rowed me all the way across the river to get these socks, and I'm never, never, never going to take them off." "Never?" said Tina's mother. "Never," said Tina. "Uh-oh," said Tina's mother. So Tina wore her socks for a long time. She wore them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 whole days in a row. Her mother said, "Tina, I know you love these socks. Just let me wash them really quick. They're starting to smell if you don't get them washed." "Socks, socks, wonderful socks," said Tina. "I'm never, never, never going to take them off." After Tina wore her socks for 10 more days, the kids at school said, "Tina, what is that smell? Change your socks." "Socks, socks, wonderful socks," said Tina. "I'm never, never, never going to take them off." After Tina wore her socks for 10 more days, a flock of Canadian geese fell out of the sky when she went past them. 2 moose walked through her yard and fell down from the smell. Ducks, raccoons, and squirrels fell over when she walked by them going to school. Finally, even a skunk fell over from the smell. Tina's friends decided to do something. They all came to her house and knocked on the door. When Tina opened the door, they grabbed her and carried her to the river. They held their noses and they took off those yucky socks. Some of the kids held Tina, and some of the kids washed the socks. Scrub, 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 scrub. All the fish in the river floated up to the top and acted like they were dead. The kids scrubbed some more. Scrub, 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 scrub. All the beavers ran out of the river and went to visit Tina's grandfather. So they washed some more. Scrub, 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 scrub. Far down the river, people said, "Ugh, the river tastes like dirty socks." Finally, the socks were clean. "Wow," said Tina. "They look nicer when they're clean." "Wow," said Tina. "They smell nicer when they're clean." "Wow, they even feel nicer when they're clean." Tina put her socks on and said, "I'm going to wear clean socks from now on." The beavers left her grandfather's house and went back to the river. The Canadian geese got off the ground and flew away. The fish decided they weren't dead and jumped back and splashed into the river. Tina went to her mom and said, "My socks are so nice and clean. I think it'd be nice if you took me to town and get me a nice new red, yellow, and green shirt." "Promise to wash it?" "No," said Tina. "If I wait long enough, all my friends from school will do it for me." And there she is in her socks and her shirt and a skunk. And they're throwing her in the river to wash her things again because she smells so stinky. So remember to change your clothes and take a bath so you don't end up smelling like Tina. I hope you've enjoyed reading this book as much as I've enjoyed reading it with you.